y'all, so in this video I'm going to rank all of the books that I read back in 2025. This video was supposed to be posted on Tuesday, but I got a cold and I'm currently getting over it, so you guys will be getting this 2 videos on Sunday, which is tomorrow, so I will be wearing the same outfit in both. Just ignore that. So I'm going to start, okay, so basically the categories, I didn't feel like downloading all the images of these books on my computer, and so I just didn't do that, so I have it written down on a piece of paper. I have them all already ranked, but I'll give you more details. So the top category is superior, and then it goes amazing, then it's good, and then okay, and then just no. So I think we're going to start with my just no's and work my way up so that we start a little more like the books I didn't love to the ones I really love, so I can get through this. So with just no, I only have The Catcher in the Rye. I can't remember the author. I don't have my phone with me, and so I cannot remember all of that right now. But I had to read it for school, and I believe I rated it like 2 or 3 stars. I just didn't really like Holden. I didn't connect with the book. So that's why it's in the just no category, because I would never reread it. I didn't enjoy reading it. Yeah, and I can barely remember anything about it. I read it at the beginning of 2025, so that's also part of the reason that it's like in just now. And then for okay, we have a series that I did not love. I have given this series away. I do not own it anymore because of how much I did not like it. So we have Once Upon a Cowboy, Fix Me Up Cowboy, and then where's the other one? Oh, and then Cowboy Most Wanted. I rated that series, I think, 2 or 3 stars. 2 of the books were all in the guys POV, and I did not like the guys, and then the other one was dual POV, so it wasn't as bad. I just didn't like the characters. I did not like the guys. The guys felt like they were written by a man, but it was written by a woman, so it was not good. And then 3 things about Emmy Crawford. I believe I rated this one 3 stars. It was not terrible. I just didn't connect with the book very much, and I was taking so long to read it. I think that's part of the problem. I would still recommend 3 things about Emmy Crawford if you like YA books, if you like it. Her mom, I think, was running for like senator or president, honestly. I can't remember what her mom was running for, but her mom's like a politician. So if you like that type of book, I would definitely recommend it. And then she does, Emmy has Crohn's disease, so if you do like that type, like, representation in books, then read it. It wasn't terrible. I wouldn't reread it, and it was just okay to me. So, yeah. It was YA, which I don't typically read a lot of YA, and it didn't really have that romance aspect that I like to read a lot about. So that's also part of the reason that was there. But, yeah. And then The Housemaid. I didn't hate it. I watched the movie before I read the book, so I did notice all the differences afterwards. And I don't think it was the worst book I've ever read. I don't know if I love thrillers because I can predict them a lot. The Housemaid was pretty predictable what was going to happen. And I don't know, I even predicted it as I was watching the movie. So I don't know. I think that's part of the reason thrillers might not connect too well with me. But I am going to try to read the rest of the series, see if I can catch if I like any of them. So, yeah. The Housemaid, if you like a thriller, maybe read it. It was a quick read, quick, easy, simple thing. So, it wasn't terrible, but yeah. And then for good, we're going to start off with the Reynolds pamphlet. It's that pamphlet written by Alexander Hamilton. It was pretty good. I want to reread it because I want to, like, understand it more than I did the first time through, but it was 32 pages about, like, him doing something wrong, but not illegal, just, like, not okay. So, I don't know why he published it, because he didn't really have to. I don't know. It was good. I'm going to reread it, so that's also why it's there. And then the 60-40 rule and it was part of a series as well. Where's the other book in the series? Hold on. I have it all written on a piece of paper, so it's going to take me a second. The No Judgment Zone was the second book in that series. It was a duology. I didn't love either of them. They were good. They were really recommended on TikTok. That's where they were recommended a lot a few years back, and I didn't like them. I think they're more contemporary romance, I believe, and that's just not something I'm good with now. Like, I don't really love a contemporary romance. I like when there's more to the book than just like a quick cookie cutter romance. When I started reading, I would have probably loved this book, and that's how a lot of books are that I used to love that I just don't anymore. I like more from my books. I like to have a lot of things happen. I like to learn something sometimes, or if I'm in the mood for a cookie cutter romance, then yeah, but I just don't think I was in that headspace to do that. And then it was the Rebel Blue Ranch series. There's 4 books in it. I think, what was the titles of those books? Well, okay, I can't remember the titles, honestly, but it was about 4 siblings. The sister's book is first, then it's a brother, another brother, and then it's a friend. Yeah, because there's 3 siblings, right? Was there 3 siblings? I can't remember. I know the first book was about the girl who was a barrel racer and is coming back home and ends up with her brother's bestie. Second book is about one of the brothers ends up with this girl. She was helping get started like a dude ranch, I think, renovating like this one house. And they were cute, and then it was the girl's best friend from the first book with the eldest brother. They ended up together because she was like a nanny. It's sort of like Heartless vibes, but different. And then the last one was about the mother of the one brother's son and her ex from high school who she gets back with. That is all I remember, really. So that is why it's in this category, because I can't remember the titles. And when it was series, I did not really write all the books' names because I was getting bored of writing them down. So that's kind of annoying me now because my phone is charging. So I can't exactly look them up, and they're all the way over there. You cannot see where they are, and I can't see the shelf they're on either. So that's a problem. Okay. Oh, and then Daydream by Hannah Grace. And then would Wildfire be on this one? No. Okay, so doesn't seem like I put Wildfire, which I don't know where I put that one, honestly. I can't read some of my handwriting, actually, so this is not going great so far. Okay, no, I found Wildfire. Okay, Wildfire and Daydream are both in the good category. They are both by Hannah Grace. They are the second and the third in the series. Icebreaker is the first book. I read Icebreaker over a year ago, like maybe 2 years ago. Wildfire and Daydream I liked Daydream better than I liked Wildfire. I will say that. Wildfire is about the guy called Muffin in the first book. I don't remember his name at all. I just remember him being called Muffin. He goes to a camp, meets a girl, falls in love with her. They have a little camp romance. I think they do go to the same college. Third book, Daydream. It was, I think, Henry, the sweet guy in the first one, the sweetest little guy. He becomes besties with like this bookworm girl. They like eventually start dating like they're friends, but then they start dating. They're so cute. I don't know why I didn't love them. Daydream probably had the most plot out of all of them. Icebreaker had like 0 plot, Wildfire had a little more, and then Daydream had more. So I think she's getting better as writing as she goes. I don't know if she has more books out, but yeah. I don't know. If you like that type of book, I would recommend it. For me, I probably won't be rereading because also not my type of book anymore. I'm like really starting to like figure out my book taste now because like as I age and as I get more into reading, like as I read more, I figure out what books I actually really like and which ones I don't. Like I just read a book that I would have never picked up like a few years ago when I got into reading. I did have to read it for a class, but I found it amazing. I'm annoyed at the ending, and you guys will find out at the What I Read in February video at the beginning of March. You'll find out my whole review on that book because it was a good book and then the ending annoyed me. I'll just give you that. So, next book. It's not in my book. It's recommended as an enemies to lovers. Okay, one thing is I need marketers to stop saying it's enemies to lovers when it's not. These people, it's like a not like you to lovers. Like, they are not enemies. They're not trying to harm each other. They're not doing things that enemies do. Literally, it was a whole misunderstanding. He didn't even really he didn't dislike her or hate her or anything, I don't believe. It was just like, I'm giving you these advices. I don't really like this type of book you write. They had to basically write a book together. She writes romances. He writes things that don't end up with happy endings. So, it was a challenge. They ended up together as a romance. But it was marketed as enemies to lovers, and I was like, they just don't really like each other, basically. And then they ended up together, and I'm like, it's just so annoying when they market things as enemies to lovers when they're not. Like, I picked it up, and I knew it wasn't going to be an enemies to lovers because it's contemporary romance. Contemporary romances? Those are not enemies to lovers. They can be rivals to lovers. They can be I don't like you to lovers, but, like, they're not enemies. Enemies are, like, people who cannot stand each other, who are on two different, like, they can, it works in, like, fantasy the best. It definitely works there. And maybe in, like, a few other genres that are not fantasy, but it doesn't work in contemporary romance. I read enough that they market them as enemies to lovers, and then they're not. So, my little rant on that is over. And then, Beg, Borrow, or Steal by Sarah Adams. It's a good book. I don't think I'll reread it. That's why it's in the good category. And it's a lot more like a simple contemporary romance, which, yeah, go read those type of books if you want to. It's a quick read. It's a feel-good book. Other than that, didn't really have anything to offer me. So, I don't know. It's not my type of book anymore. Like, I'm over those simple, easy romance books. Like, my friends love those ones. At least one friend that I have. But for me, it's just not really my thing anymore. I don't know why. But yeah, I think obviously as like reading tastes, like you grow with, you basically like when you're reading, you might start out liking these books and then eventually a few years later you don't. But it's fine. It doesn't matter. Like you might go back a few years after that and love those books again. Like just read what you want to read, honestly. Like I don't care. I read mainly romance. And I don't read for education. I just read because they're fun. And I like them. So. And then I read The House of My Mother by Sherry Frankie. I put that in the good category because it was good. It's a memoir. It's good. Like, I think I rated it like 3 or 4 stars. Obviously, it's nonfiction, and I don't love nonfiction books, but it was a good book. I loved reading it. I liked learning all these things that I found out in that book. So, yeah. I don't know if I'd reread it because it's definitely sad and I'm not great at rereading memoirs and stuff. So, yeah. And then The Crucible. Cannot remember this author. I had to read it for a class as well. 3 stars. It was good. I liked it. I probably wouldn't reread it because it's a play. Might go see it, but other than that, no. Siege and Storm. It's by Leigh Bardugo. It's the second in the Shadow and Bone series. It was really good. I loved it. So that's all I can remember. It took me like 3 years to read. And then Wretched by Emily McSomething. That series is her Never After series. It's a retelling of like Disney fantasies. This one I think is about The Wizard of Oz, I believe. I think it's like The Wicked Witch getting a happily ever after, and it was good. That's all I have to say. It took me a few years to read as well, because I started reading it, and then I stopped, and then I continued it this year. Then A Stranger Upstairs. I can't remember the author of this, and I can't see the book either. Obviously, you're not getting author names if I don't remember them, or I can't see the author name, like the book's in front of me. So, yeah. It was a thriller. The twist was pretty predictable. It wasn't bad. It was good. Hello Stranger by Caitlin Center. I did like it, but I also predicted like the surprise thing right away. And I don't know if you weren't supposed to predict it right away, but I did. And that's what happens a lot. She had something that she needed to get brain surgery for, and the swelling from the brain surgery basically made her not be able to see human faces, and she's a human face portrait artist. So that didn't work well. But yeah, eventually at the end of the book, she could see faces again. She found out this thing. It was a romance book, so she falls in love. It was good. Twisted Obsession prequel. Twisted Obsession prequel. The prequel, it was like at most 100 pages. So there's that. It was about Melody and Jake, because Twisted Obsession is about them. I think his name is Jake or Jacob. I can't remember, honestly. So a prequel is good. It's like a novella. Like novellas, I don't rate too high because there's not enough for me really to rate it higher. So that's why that's there. Pucking After Volume 2. Same thing. A little like a novella. Like it was like 200 pages and a chapter was like 100 pages. That really annoyed me. So that's also part of the reason it's there. But yeah, it was like a novella. So, and then Mistletoe Wishes was at the back of, was it Fix Me Up Cowboy? Is at the back of it, and it was like it was a little novella book, and it was better than the whole series that I read. So there's that. I think I might have actually read it on Kindle. So yeah. Promise Me Sunshine. Hated that book, but it was good. But it just so annoyed me. And obviously, it's the end of the year. It's like 2026, so I don't remember every single detail about the books from 2025. That's why you're not going to get like a bunch of information about them until I get to the ones that I loved. But I know I just didn't. I rated it like 3 stars. He and her both annoyed me. It was like grief, but then they just like, it just wasn't good, honestly. I think I've heard other people talk about it and they didn't love it. I don't know if I've heard anyone say they loved it. I'm obviously like, I just see it like videos of people like talking about books sometimes, and I'm just like, okay, I'll watch this. And I don't see a lot of people talking about Promise Me Sunshine either. So some people might love it, some people might not. Like, give it a try if you want to. So there's that. Big Nick Energy. I don't know, people loved it. I heard a lot of people loved that book, actually. I am not one of them. I read it during the summer because it was Christmassy, but I just didn't really love it. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great either. So now we're on to the amazing books, and we're gonna start on this side. You guys cannot read my handwriting because most people cannot read my handwriting when I write fast. So let's start. So okay, Wild Side by Elsie Silver. It was amazing. It wasn't superior because it just wasn't. It was amazing. I would probably reread it. I liked it. I don't know what I wrote there. Okay, oh, Wild Eyes, another part of that series. Love that as well. Can I find the rest of that series written here? Is that, oh, Mine for a Moment. I can't remember anything about that, but I just figured out what that title was. So, I don't remember anything, but I thought it was amazing. I don't know. Honestly, that probably should not be there. Keep Me in Your Heart. I do remember liking it. Don't remember anything about it. Definitely read some of these at the beginning of the year. And that is when I don't remember anything from. Okay, New Year's Day is like a little novella in the Lancaster Prep series. It was like literally the last book, I think, and it was good. All My Kisses for You, I believe, is the Lancaster Prep like later series about the kids. I think it was about Ren and Crue's daughter. I'm almost certain on that one. Hopefully. Oh, I think Keep Me in Your Heart was also part of that series. And maybe mine for a moment was too. Maybe. Okay. Play Along was actually really good. It was about Kennedy and Isaiah. I have the book literally right here so you can see that. It's the 4th book in the Windy City series. Isaiah plays baseball. Kennedy is the team doctor. They get married. Like, accidentally, but it was so cute. The Fall of Bradley Reed by Morgan Elizabeth. That was a really good book as well. Lonely for You Only. I think that was one of the Lancaster books because it sounds like it, and I remember it being good. The Ruinous Love Trilogy. That's Butcher and Blackbird, Leather and Lark, Scythe, and Sparrow. Loved the whole series. It was dark romance. It was amazing. I loved the whole aspect across the series. So good. You Were Never Not Mine. Definitely Lancaster Prep series. Good. It was amazing. I threw in the amazing series. So I think, did this based on how I rated them, unless I knew they should be in a different category. So there's that. Wild Card by Elsie Silver. I believe that's the last book in that series. It was so good. Loved it. Amazing. Playing to Win. Rated it amazing. I think that's also by Monica Murphy. I believe that's by Monica Murphy. And then I'm literally just like chilling here while I'm reading this. So, yeah. The Pucking Wrong series. I believe I read Pucking Wild. I believe that's part of that. No, not the Pucking Wrong series is a completely different series. It's like Pucking Wrong Number, Pucking Wrong Guy, Pucking Wrong Date. You guys get the gist. I can't remember all the titles and I cannot see them because there's books blocking those. I believe there's like 5 books. They were all amazing. Like they're pretty good. Pucking Wild, amazing. Real Regret. I actually don't remember anything about that one. What's it? Was Real Regret like, I don't know, Caught Up by Liz Tomford was amazing. It's 3rd in the Windy City series. It was really good. I think it was Kai. Love that. I'll Always Be With You. Don't remember that, but I thought it was amazing. Playing by the Rules. Yeah, amazing. For Now, Not Forever. That was amazing. I actually do remember this one. I think. Actually, I'm not going to say anything about it because I don't remember for sure if that's the one I was thinking of. Playing Hard to Get. Yeah, amazing. Fake Empire. That was amazing. That was a marriage. They got married. It was arranged. Scarlett and I believe his name was Crew were so cute together. I love them. She's a girl boss. Like, she runs a company. She's so great. Mile High. Such a good book. 1st in the Windy City series. The Wrong Brother. It's like a little novella written by Monica Murphy. It connects to the Lancaster Prep series. It was so good. The Wrong Heart. Yeah, that was amazing. The Love Hypothesis. Yeah. Kiss Now, Lie Later. And then I just wrote Miles High series, but then I did write like the whole series down here, but I don't think I told you about The Right Move and Rewind It Back by Liz Tomford. So those are probably what I was meaning there. Cloverleaf series is, if I can see it. It's over here. You guys can't see it, but I believe I reviewed it. I read it in December, I believe. So go watch that video and you'll know the names. I don't feel like dealing with that. This video is very low energy because I meant to film it so long ago. And it's going to be a long video. So brace yourselves for that. The Grip trilogy. I think it was something Grip Still. It was amazing. Yeah, that's all I really got to say for that one because I don't think I loved it. Why did I rate it amazing? I don't know. But, I mean, yeah, I would definitely recommend reading the Grip trilogy because I've heard a lot of people love it. I didn't love it, but it wasn't terrible either. It was like the books I love, and it was like in the middle of the books I love and the books I hate. Like, it was there. So, but a lot of people love it, and I would definitely recommend it if you like the themes in that, those type of themes that are in that book. So, yeah. And I'm definitely going to try, I have more books by, I think it was Kennedy Ryan, I have more books by her, and so I'm hoping I'll like her other books more than I like this series. I started with it because I just wanted to read it one time, but I'm hoping to read her Hoop series, I think. I don't know, it's the ones about basketball players. I'm hoping to read that series this year because I've heard those ones are good. And I do want to like her books, so that's why I'm going to give those ones a try because I already own them. So I'm hoping to like those more. But obviously I don't like every single book people like. So, yeah, oh, I have rewinded it back. Okay, Wild Love, Fierce Obsession, Twisted Obsession, Secret Obsession, Devious Obsession, and Brutal Obsession. That closes out the amazing books. And I am actually going to start doing book reviews on those ones, so I'm not going to say too much, but they were real good. And then for the superior category, last category, The Right Move is up here. And then the rest of the books is Boys Tommen series. Finding 13, Keeping 13, Saving 6, Redeeming 6, Taming 7, Releasing 10. And that closes out the superior category and all the books that I read in 2025. So that's closing that chapter a little bit, but not fully because I have another video to film on it. But yeah, I would definitely recommend a lot of these books on this list for you guys to go read. Obviously, you don't have to read all of these, but yeah, some of them I feel like you guys might really like. Like my all-time favorite, is Boys Tommen. Like, it's my favorite series I've ever read. And I don't know why. I'm probably in that perfect age category too, because to me it would feel kind of weird if like a 30-year-old was out reading the Boys Tommen series and was like, they're teenagers. Like it feels like it would be a little weird. Like, I'm not gonna like hate on that person, but it's just like, to me, like a 30-year-old reading the Boys Tommen would be a little strange, especially because these are teenagers, and I'm like, I'm not gonna tell you my age, but like I'm that like age range that is probably like it would work for. I feel like I wouldn't really recommend it to a 13-year-old because of the themes, but maybe a mature 13-year-old, I would say about a 50. My age, I feel like the age range that should, like, it's in the like romance section now instead of the YA because it should never been a YA. I feel like the age range that would really like the Boys Tommen series is anywhere from like 15 to maybe 26. I feel like that's the age range because I don't think my family members would like it, but also my family members wouldn't like half the books I read, so there's that. But I have a friend that likes this series, recommend it to other people. I would recommend it to like literally anyone. Some of these books, like, there's different like age ranges. I feel like that would like different books, because some people like, I don't know, like it also depends on like the characters' ages too. And yeah, because like a 4-year-old might like a book that I like that's fine, I don't care. But then like there's books I would not recommend to like a 13-year-old. Like, a 13-year-old should not be reading like the books that I read. I might have been, but like we don't talk about 13-year-old me. Yeah, I'm going off topic. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. but like there's different age ranges.